that was fun. So we got a nice dirt road we're gonna rip down on in the GS. But I want to talk to you guys about why I actually bought the GS. And I'm gonna be honest with you, it wasn't my first pick. But let's dive into that story. Hello everybody, coming at you with all my might. It is Smite. How you guys doing today? Out for a lovely ride. It's 52 degrees on this fine day. I don't normally get out much on a Saturday, but today the mail was really light, so I had the opportunity to get out and get to work early. I'm not complaining. And the water's got this all rutted up. It's nice. Like I told you back there, this wasn't my first choice. When I got married, I had a DR650 with supermoto tires, and my wife, she rode my TW200 a little bit, but she wasn't 100% sold on getting a bike or riding a bike. So, but she did like riding. I actually proposed to my wife out in the middle of a ride. But after we got married and we moved, we did try to do some more riding, but you know, we'd only go out for like 20 miles at a time because a DR is a small bike for two up. I couldn't take the seat, you know, because I had to sit way up on the tank, and the power on the DR is not like fantastic once you get two people on it. So we went shopping. Well, this was about the same time that the Africa Twin came out, so I was eyeballing that and wanted to get one of those. But the problem is they were a relatively new bike. I mean, they literally just came out, so it was hard to find one. The local dealer didn't have them, and at the time that they did get one, it was one that had the DCT, and I rode it, and you know me, I'm like, oh, I don't want the DCT, and what do? I put a Rekluse in my bike. Pretty much a DCT, slightly. But so they sold that one. I didn't want DCT. I was looking all over for them, and it turns out that I found one about 2 hours away. I had some money, and I'm like, all right, I'm gonna go put a down payment on it and then finance it. I'll get myself an Africa Twin, and they're like 14 grand, like new. Or was it 12? I think it's more. I don't know, but I know I did all the research, and I knew what I was gonna do for parts wise, and I'm like, sweet, this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna get an Africa Twin. And I'm like, all right. I was still on my dad's policy at that time. Like, he had a policy with me on it, and I called him up. I said, all right, I want to get one. So he's like, all right, I'll call the insurance and get a quote on it. Well, they quoted me. That was fun. They quoted me like astronomical. It was going to be like $1,000 a year, and I'm like, no way, because it's what, 1,000 cc. I'm like, no. So that's what forced me to look underneath, and I'm like, well, I want an adventure bike. Because I was watching all these videos of adventure bikes, and I've seen the Africa Twin, you know, did all the research. I'm like, I need one. So I fell back to the drawing board, and I knew we went to West Virginia with a couple people that rode BMWs. So I sent them a message and said, what do you think about this? And I started shopping BMWs. And you know, pricing out, I did all this research, you know, pricing out all these parts, so I knew how much crash bars and skid plates and all that would run you. So I pull up the web browser, and I'm looking for adventure bikes, and I stumbled upon a bike, which was this one, 2013 BMW F800GS, 3,000 miles, and it had everything. It had crash bars, it had skid plates, it had all the extra guards. Like, there's a guard over the brake calipers. There was a guard over my master cylinder right there. Sorry, not brake calipers, master cylinder. There's one on here and a one right there. That one busted off recently. But so all of these there's a headlight guard, there's a shield over top of the headlight, so so I don't get blinded when you're riding at night. You know, there's just everything on this bike, and they wanted 10.3 for it. So I'm like, well, by the time I get an Africa Twin, I'm already 14, and then I have to get all the other stuff to make it, you know, rideable off-road. Oh, this also has giant black dog cycled pegs, so they're really nice to stand on. So I had all the doodads, and not the, I mean, it was $4 grand cheaper, and then insurance was only $600 a year. So I'm like, yeah, I could do that. And I have pretty high rates on my insurance, like high coverage options, because your insurance company only treats you how good you pay them. It's a scam until you need it. So that's how I ended up with this. You know, just the fact alone that it had all of the aftermarket parts. And then there was also a 2014 in the showroom. They wanted a little bit more for that. And he's like, oh, and if you like it, you know, I could throw that Sergeant seat on there too. I mean, the Sergeant seat alone for these things is like $580. So I'm like, yeah, I want the Sergeant seat. I had an idea of like, I would just take it and get it replaced or sell it if I didn't like it. But I knew that the Sergeant seat was worth more than the stock, so I was getting that. So I made out really good. And fast forward to now, you know, I just paid this off. I was thinking about getting a different bike because my wife actually started riding. You know, I wasn't expecting her to ride, and then she went out and got her permit. I wasn't expecting her to ride because she told me numerous times that she wasn't going to. We got her a bike, and you know, we started riding separately, and I'm like, hey, I don't need the big bike anymore. And just about this time, I was searching for, and then, you know, the KTM 790 comes out. I'm like, oh no, because that thing on paper looks amazing. You know, darn near 100 horsepower, which is more than this is. Same displacement, which means cheaper on insurance because it's under 1,000. Insurance companies like that 1,000 for jacking up the insurance rates, that's for sure. So I was really struggling with myself. I'm like, do I keep my bike? Do I trade it in? And of course, I literally just paid it off like 2 weeks ago. So I'm like, you know, and the value of this bike now is substantially less than in the KTM 790s. Their price is a little bit more than I thought it was, because they're right around there with the Africa Twin at 14 grand, but there's just so much more off-road performance. But did I really want to, you know, because I have to dish this out and then pay like another 8 grand, and I'm like, I just got this paid off, trying to get other stuff paid off right now in life. So I'm just gonna, what I ended up doing is putting a power commander and pipe in this. Gives it a little bit more oomph, and then the Rekluse auto clutch, which I'll tell you what, that made a world of a difference alone. I really enjoy that. There's a couple little things I have to get used to, but it makes riding this bike a breeze. So I decided that by spending money, I would save money. So I spent $1,600, got all my tires, wheels, and a bunch of stuff. Not wheels, I got tires, the clutch, the pipe, the power commander, the auto tune, and in the long run I saved money because I didn't go out and buy a new bike. I rebreathed life back into this bike, and I really like adventure riding on it now. And what's nice is my wife got an SV650, so if I want to ride street, I just hop on that. That's why I went with a really aggressive tire on this, because I honestly don't plan on riding it as much as I used to on the street. And I came off of street tires because I did so much commuting on this that I bought street tires. And as soon as I put street tires on this, I felt so bad because, you know, I took it down the day after I put street tires on. And I missed a turn, so I went to turn around and there was a sidewalk. So I'm like, oh, I'll just go down the sidewalk. Well, the sidewalk had like a thin sheet of mud on it and I didn't see it. and I touched that. As soon as I touch it, the back end just phew, right out from underneath me. And I'm like, really? That's when I realized that street tires suck. I mean, there's so many people that ride these things with street tires, and I'm like, why? I mean, to each his own, but if you're gonna actually off-road, they feel so much better with a knobby on them. Like this thing, if I wind it out, it'll step out on me, but it comes right back, you know, because it hooks up. On street tires, it spins out and then it's gone. So that is the story of how I got my BMW F800GS, and I will say, I mean, I put 23,000 miles on it. If I bought it with 3,000, I put 20,000 on it because we're at 26,000 miles. I took this to Tennessee and did a loop down there. It's been on the tail of the Dragon. I've been on Route 126, the Snake. You know, we've been through a lot together. So I enjoy this bike. I believe I will be keeping it. I did it better. I just put all this money into it. So definitely see more videos of it. I was thinking about getting another bike, you know, because I'm always thinking about that, but maybe at a later date. But right now we're gonna enjoy this. So thank you all for watching. Hope you enjoyed the story. Hope you enjoyed the video, and I enjoyed riding because that was awesome. A little bit of overflowage right there because I filled it up a little bit too much. But yeah, thanks again for watching. Have a nice day. Don't forget to like and share the video.